For the cheapest and fastest Madden coins on the market, check out my sponsor dvdj.com and use code SWIFT at checkout for 10% off.
So Swift family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 video, and in today's video I'm showing you the best pass defense in Madden 20. This is actually part 3 of my base defense series on the channel. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, I will link those in the pinned comment. You guys should definitely go check them out before watching this video or after. I mean, it's up to you. The first part was a nice run defense out of this formation. The second part was a nice nano blitz, and this is going to be the pass defense. I actually have 2 different plays you can run as the pass defense out of this formation, so be sure to stick through the end of the video so you can see the setups for both. Now quickly, before I do get into the video, if you have any questions about anything I said, be sure to comment it down below. I'll reply to any and all of your guys' comments. As well, drop a like on the video, I would really appreciate it. And most importantly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to everyone who's been subscribing recently, I really appreciate it. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? It just takes a second, and I'd really appreciate it. So the defense is going to be out of the 3-4 odd, and there's a few adjustments that I like to make. Firstly, my best 3 pass rushers right here. That's really important because these players on the edges, these outside linebackers, they're not necessarily going to be rushing every single play, so I'd rather have versatile guys out there, people like Anthony Barr, who can do a really good job in coverage as well as can rush the passer and get good block sheds. Then you're going to want to have 2 fast mid linebackers where 58 is and where 59 is, so that's Danny Trevathan and Roquan Smith. Roquan's a pretty good user. You could have someone like Devin White there and Ryan Shazier, and that would be pretty nice. Then you just want good zone corners back here, so Eddie Jackson's really good, and I'm not sure how good these other players are in zone, but I assume they're the best that we have for zone coverage. Now, the plays I'm going to be coming out in is cover 4 drop show 2 and cover 4 quarters. I will get into the setups in just a second. Let's come out against a medium pass play. And firstly, I just want to tell you the difference between this cover 4 quarters defense and this cover 4 drop show 2 defense. So the cover 4 drop show 2 defense, as you can see, these outside linebackers are going to be in dark purple zones, which is curl flat zones. So these people are going to be playing their zones just like you would see with anyone else playing a regular zone defense. But with the cover 4 quarters defense, these people are in quarter flats, which means that they're actually going to have match principles. So they'll be playing man coverage on certain routes that come across the middle of the field, and they'll just pick up routes, which kind of is going to confuse a lot of people who play against this defense. It's pretty confusing to see like this guy on man coverage right here on like T.Y. Hilton, but the rest of your defense in zone. So I think it's really effective to sprinkle in this play, but I'll show you guys the setup for both of these plays. Firstly, I'll show you the setup for cover 4 drop show 2. So it's a very simple setup. All I'm going to do is spread my D-line, pass commit, change into cloud flats. So to change into cloud flats, you're going to go triangle right stick down, triangle right stick up, and then optionally, if you have time, I like to bring down my safeties just a little bit, and then you're going to man up the biggest threat on the field. So let's say your opponent has been throwing to X every single time he's in this formation, man up this guy on X. Let's say he's been throwing to the tight end, you can man up this guy on the tight end, or same thing with O. You're going to man up whoever has been thrown the ball to the most out of whatever formation your opponent is coming out in. So once you've done that, you're just going to use her as the other linebacker in the yellow zone, and you actually have a bit more responsibility now. Against something like gun bunch, it's unlikely that the tight end is going to run to the corner, so we kind of know that the right side of the field is going to be blanketed because we have someone short, and then we have this guy manned up if he runs something to the corner. So we're just worried about the middle of the field, maybe something from T.Y. Hilton like a slant or a post, or just anything coming over the middle of the field. So let's snap the ball here on offense and see what they come out in, as it looks like, yeah, they came out in that route with a corner, and we're able to lock it up completely, as it takes a while to get the block shed, but that's not the point in this defense. It's going to be much faster when you're playing in online games. Practice mode, as everyone knows, is just a little bit screwed up. So let's zoom out, and we can see if anyone was open. So we snap the ball here. The right side of the field, you could say the corner route's open for a second there, and then our linebacker is able to get on it. The short routes on both sides of the field are covered up by the cloud flats, and that's why you man up someone, right? Usually, like, I kind of just know from good experience that this player in the bunch, the guy at the top of the bunch, is usually running the most lethal route, so we just wanted to man him up. And we also have the safety over top for help. Our user's taking away this route, and there's literally there's no one open. So let's show you guys the setup one more time. So basically you're gonna just pass commit to start it off, change to cloud flats, bring your players down, and then slant your D-line out, or move your D-line out, sorry, not slant them out. Just so that these outside pass rushers get one-on-one matchups, because you're usually going to have your best pass rushers out there. Now we're going to man up this player on the most lethal player. So again, I'm going to man him up on R1. So the reason for my thought process behind that is, let's say I manned him up on the tight end, for example, then R1 would have all of this space right here to work, while our user would be in the middle of the field. So the reason I'm manning him up on R1 is I'm now close to the tight end and I'm able to make a play on him. Whereas if I didn't man up R1, I would have to run all the way out there to make a play on him. So that's kind of just my thought process for that. As this defense looks pretty solid, hopefully we can get a bit of a quicker block shed. We're just looking at X. We kind of let him go. We see this route here. And as long as you have a pretty solid user, you'll be set. As for some reason we don't get a block shed, and it's taking far too long to get block sheds in practice mode. Usually your opponent's just going to have a couple seconds. Let's go into instant replay just to take a look at how our defense fared, as this was actually a bit of a unique concept they came out in. So looking at the right side of the field to start, the flat route is going to be covered. The seam route to the tight end was covered up by us. The left side of the field, T.Y. Hilton, is covered up by the cloud flat. So the running back check down is open, but I mean, you can't cover every route in Madden. And right here, our user, let's say they throw this ball, give me that, that's a user lurk, and then we kind of just run with this route. And at this point in Ultimate Team, he would be sacked. So I would say we did pretty solid defense with this coverage. Now let's come out in the cover 4 quarters, and I'll show you guys how I like to set this up. So it's a very similar setup. We're going to do the same thing as we did at the beginning, which is just slant the D-line outside and pass commit. But we're actually not going to switch to cloud flats because these zones that we have on the field are really valuable. So we want to keep those zones. What we're going to do is we're going to man this guy up. So this guy, he was originally on a blitz. You're just going to man him up. You can man him up on whoever, again, is the most lethal route. And then we're just taking away the middle of the field. And if you guys watch these outside linebackers, you'll see them likely get into man coverage with their match principles. So let's snap the ball, and hopefully we can play some good defense here. As you can see, everything is pretty much locked up, and we actually do get a bit of a quicker shed. So let's come out in that defense again, just so I can show you guys how it works, as there wasn't really any crossing routes, so you guys didn't really get to see the match principles in action. But yeah, let's man this guy up right here, and then we'll bring these safeties down. So now we're only kind of worried about number 80. I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Who is number 80? Triangle? I don't even see. Who is that? I don't even know his name. That's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, let's snap the ball and we'll see if the match principles do come into effect. As you can see, absolutely locked up. If you watch right here, if you watch how our defense fared, unlike when these people are in cloud flats, these linebackers aren't just going to drop to the sideline. Watch, he's kind of playing man coverage on number 80 and playing more on the inside of the field. There's no one open right here. You could throw this tight end, but he's getting sacked. So that was pretty good defense. I'll come out basically now in whichever play I see fit. So we'll come out in the cover 4 drop show 2 for this formation, and you'll get a feel of which play is better based on what formation your opponent comes out in. Man this guy up, and this is what the defense is gonna look like. Snap the ball here. They're running quick slants, or no, they're running curls. And as you can see, triangle is open, but he's the only player that's going to be open against this defense. So yeah, I'll just keep on running the play for you guys, and hopefully you guys have learned something from this video, and hopefully you've actually learned something from this whole series. That'd be dope if you guys implement these into your game. Let's bring the safeties down, and we're set up. I'm actually going to man this guy up on the outside receiver, or the slot receiver. And now we're worried about T.Y. Hilton and Jack Doyle, so we'll see what routes they run. As they come out in some type of shallow cross route, and we are all over that. That is perfect defense. But watch this, guys. This is literally perfect defense. I don't think that you could do it any better. As we come out right here, we have 80 manned up, and there's 2 streaks on the right side of the field, so that's all locked up. Our user comes down on Jack Doyle. We pass it off to this other defender right here. He picks him up, and then we take this route over the middle of the field. It's literally perfect defense, and as you can see, it's kind of like man coverage. Like, this guy is honestly in man coverage right here. There are just match principles that are occurring because we came out in cover 4 quarters. And now look at this. We have Khalil Mack in the zone. We should be able to dominate the offensive line. Let's come out in one final play here. Cover 4, drop show 2. Slant the D-line outside. Pass commit. Change to your clouds. Man this guy up. We're going to man him up on Jack Doyle. And now we're coming out and using number 80. I still don't know who that is. And we'll snap the ball here on offense. And we're basically just taking away his route as we come out and take X away. Unfortunately, our man coverage wasn't that good. And triangle was open in the flats. But yeah, that's going to be the video and the series. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I'm out.